Welcome back, guys, to episode 6. Today we have a very special guest and a lot of information to go through. Again, well, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for supporting me on YouTube. We have hit 50, we hit 58 subscribers, I believe, on YouTube. So it's going pretty good on a good basis. Keep showing me love. Keep going. But as you guys can tell, I haven't posted in a bit. I was moving. I did a lot of stuff as far as continuing my coaching career. But again, I will explain that all later. But right now, again, welcome, Ricky. I'll go ahead and let Ricky introduce himself. And welcome, Ricky, to the podcast.
Hey, man, glad to be here, man. So for y'all who don't know, my name is Ricky Alexander. I'm the sports information director here at Bethany College. Essentially, my job is to really be ESPN, but not ESPN. So,
kind of like a little bit of a...
So, I mean, we do all our promotions. I mean, typically, anything you see on ESPN, we're doing the back end of it.
Yeah.
So I got me and my crew.
And so tell me a little bit about how, like, you got to where you're at now. Because I understood, like, at first you weren't really looking into this, right? Or it was kind of like the job was kind of mentioned to you in a way?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. I have no background in this at all, actually. So I went to Bethany College, graduated class of 17. Go Swedes. I started graduated with accounting and business management degree. Then I ended up going to doing taxes for 9 months. Yep, lasted 9 months. That's it.
Why 9 months? Was it because you just quit?
Yeah, it was just one of those fresh out of college.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I were to go back now, I'd be more mature. Know what I'm going into, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of college, I'm like, oh man, I just got to have fun.
Yeah,
partying
kind of just
with
here.
the homies.
Yeah,
and then it was like big boy job off rip, cubicle like 8 hours off the
type
day.
Like yeah.
I was like, can't do it. But I actually made my way to Bethany after that because there was an accounting position.
Oh, okay.
And so during my time at Bethany, I did an EBE in the accounting office.
Oh.
So I had a little help with that, getting to knowing,
Yeah,
like they say, it's
exactly.
Sometimes not what you know, it's who you know, but sometimes it's both. And that was a great example of both because, I mean, it was just between me and another guy that was, pretty smart. Mm-hmm. And he ended up working at KU doing the same thing. So, like,
oh, wow.
It was pretty dope. So I still keep in touch with him once in a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that, was there for 3 years. And then actually our athletic director came over to my office and was kind of just talking to me about the position, saying how I was about to open up because the current SID wanted to get out. He wanted to focus strictly on coaching instead of doing both.
Yeah.
And they were looking for somebody. And so I made that jump, made that leap of faith. And we're about to finish year 4, starting year 5.
That is kind of insane to think about, like one major. Now you're kind of doing something that kind of associates with it, but kind of doesn't within you're doing now. So I think that's pretty cool because, like you said, you're kind of living that college life and it's straight up like big boy job within a second.
Yeah, them bills come quick, bro.
What? Yeah, especially with the loans and oh my days, bro.
Man, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So, as far as you being a sports information director, is Bethany the first place you started doing that, right?
Yes.
Or was it, okay.
So this is the only place I've ever done my current position right now.
Okay. And so how did you kind of transition into sports information, right? So like you got offered a job. So what was kind of the first things you had to talk on right away?
So unfortunately, most sports information directors don't have to go through this. I started during homecoming week, which is also like crossover season. Yes. So for those who don't know, when it comes to sports and collegiate sports, at least, there's 2 major crossover seasons. There is a fall to winter, and then a winter to spring.
Oh, okay.
And so that fall to winter time frame happens around homecoming. Mm-hmm. A lot of alumni come back. Basketball team wants to do their midnight madness type of stuff.
Yeah, like a lot of big events kind of going on.
Season, as well as soccer, football, volleyball, all kind of getting to the end of their seasons. Mm-hmm. So they're all going on at the same time. And those are a lot of events to be covering at the same time. So yeah, my first day was literally like homecoming day, trying to make sure, one of the bigger football games.
I was about to say one of the biggest like attendance and like alumni. That was like kind of your first?
That was literally my first week. So yeah, I kind of came into it. My mentor at the time, Brad Yoder, he's actually in Pikeville right now. And he kind of showed me how to do everything and was like, yeah, man, like it's stressful. Mm-hmm. And like, this is probably one of the worst times it's going to be. And he wasn't lying, it was. But I learned quick. Yeah. And you got to act faster. You know what I'm saying? You learn quick, you got to think quicker. So that's how it started for me. So yeah, it was a little rocky start, but once you get into it, you get that muscle memory.
Yeah,
things start becoming natural. And so like right now, yeah, I still hate crossover. Don't get me wrong. Still dislike it. And homecoming is still going to be a hassle because I think this year we have football and just volleyball.
Okay.
Soccer's on the road this year. So so just only 2 games that day.
But a whole 6 or 4.
Don't worry, we have a day where we have all 4 playing the same day. So yeah, that's gonna be quite the show. But yeah, but once you get used to it, though, you get used to it, and it's like with anything in life, like you just gotta get that muscle memory, and that will help you out in the long term.
Especially with the routine and kind of coming up,
it's always the same thing. Make sure you get your pregame stuff,
getting ready, making sure,
I think my daily, usually for at least game days, is gonna be like, let's say we host our rivals from up north, right? That's our home opener. That game's at 6:00. I will be at the field at 9 a.m. setting up all the audio.
Oh yeah, scoreboard, right?
Making sure it's working. Oh snap, this ain't working because it's technology, y'all. Let me tell you, technology don't always work. So
That is a fact.
So with technology, you gotta make sure everything's working proper at least at that time, and pray that it works later too. But if there is something wrong, okay, cool, I got the day to figure it out.
Yeah,
right.
Instead of like a whole,
1 o'clock game kind of different. Still get up there at 9 o'clock because I usually get done with setup about 10. And then that gives me a couple hours to figure out, like, okay, cool, I need to go to Dollar General, or I need to
real quick, to go run and get whatever you need.
Aux cord, whatever it is, thing ain't working. Gotta make sure it works. So it's just, the typical.
Typical, like, stuff you kind of run into. Now, is that, when it comes to technology, right, like the scoreboard, like live feed, is that the most surprising part of your job? Or is it kind of like teams arriving late? You know what I mean? Like, what is the most surprise you get during your job?
Well, I'm gonna lie to you. One of the pleasant surprises is that when things actually work. So you don't understand how like antsy your sports. Just if you go to college, I'm telling you, go talk to your sports information director. I guarantee the first thing they're saying, they're holding their breath.
Yeah, I can't imagine like how many of them are watching now are like, damn, like he's hitting every spot. I was like, damn, like this sucks.
So that's one of the pleasant surprises when it does work. I mean, unpleasant series, and a lot of jobs have this in the industry, in any industry, is like, you got to rely on others, and so that's one of the things that I'm trying to overlook, right? Because sometimes I get looking too hard into it because so and so didn't show up or so and so's late, and I'm like, we on a time crunch. Like when it comes to game day preparation, things are on a script. We are on a schedule, and so if I need workers to show up an hour before the game, show up an hour for the game. And half the time you're probably not doing anything, and they might not think it's worth it. But y'all realize they get paid hourly, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like for the amount of pay, like you would want to wait there for an hour either, not doing nothing or doing something because of the money you're getting paid in.
Extra money in your pocket just to be there, and
that's crazy to me because the amount of people that don't want to. It's like, dude, if you're just standing there, you're getting paid for just just do one little thing and stay there.
So I mean, I usually hire a big crew, so I usually get options, but also with our school being north of 80% athletics, it tends to run into practice schedules, game schedules. So obviously, like for football games, it's harder to get my full athletes to work because they got a game that night or they're on the road. Throughout the week, it might be, you got practice at this time, so I can't be there.
Got a fitness test.
Exactly. So then I rely on more of my winter and spring athletes, and then as the seasons continue to jump, some fall in, some fall out. That's what it is. But yeah, one of the unpleasant surprises though is just really trying to rely and getting to know all my workers and figuring out who is the ones that's always gonna be late.
Who's like the most reliable? Who's actually gonna?
And unfortunately, I usually find out during football games.
That is like has to be the worst time, bro, because that's like the high attendance here, and damn, I can't imagine how much. I can now, like you're saying it, I can imagine how much frustration. Like, where the hell is he at? Like, where's she at?
I am on the phone. Like, if I'm on that phone at 12 o'clock or 11:59, no, not to bother me. Because I'm
from there, it's like,
talking about where you at. Oh, I'm on my way, Rick.
Oh, hell no,
We meet with the rest in 15 minutes.
And so, even with that being said, right, you talked a little bit about, of course, the game's at 5, you're there at 9 a.m., right? Like these little things. So can you walk me a little bit through what else, just even in game days or even summer, like behind the scenes that you usually do as well that most people don't know about as a sports information director?
Let's see. I mean, I know the major ones that we do that people do notice. It would be like the graphics, social media content for a lot of the athletic pages. Granted, it might not be just me, but it's definitely at least supposed to go through me. So like essentially, I just gotta give approval. So stuff like that. I mean, your stats. I mean, we're directly related to the stats. So that's the things people care about. Now, like I said, no one really cares about how they're there. They're just there. Right?
Yeah.
You watch the game, you see the stats. You're not really thinking about the guy that does all the stuff.
All the little details within it. Like,
so yeah, if we're getting attention, it's usually not a good thing. Because if we're getting talked to about something by a fan or something, it's probably because something's wrong or something's missing, right?
Yeah.
Don't get the praise, but we get all the mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? We get all the falls. We don't get the praise like that. No. But every once in a while, though, it's good to hear like some comments like, "Oh man, that graphic was
sick. Yeah, it was cool." Especially you do the websites too, right?
Yep. So I also do the website as well. So that guy that's managing BethanySwedes.com, yeah, that's this guy.
That's this guy. That's this guy right here.
So yeah, just trying to keep up with everything, and I have this policy of you see something, say something. So. People, everybody in my staff hears me at every staff meeting. And honestly, I'm gonna start making a call back at staff meetings. All right, guys, and if you see something, everybody say something. Like, I'm gonna start doing that kind of stuff because they know. I mean, just talk to me, and then we'll figure out
from there, like what to do next.
Yeah.
And so, how do you manage? Like you said, right? Like sometimes you have 4 games on a day, right? Sometimes you have it within a week. So, how do you manage overlapping sports on game days? Since I know you're like the main guy that has to kind of be at 2 places at once, or I don't know if you ever experienced that, but how do you manage that?
Yeah, game days are stressful. Beyond all means, those are the days not to really mess with me too much. I mean, I'm a laid back guy, as y'all can probably see, but typically when it comes to game day, as long as things are getting done, I won't be as high strung. But like, as soon as I notice one thing falling apart, now I'm focused on that while I'm also trying to keep everything, maintain everything.
Yeah.
And so even when it comes to multiple game days, like you said, let's just take homecoming, for example, with football and volleyball on the same day. We also, actually, no, let's take it the 20th, right? We got football, volleyball, and we got KCAC tennis on campus. Yeah. So I'm supposed to be literally at all 3.
Yeah.
And so the KCAC tennis tournament is a 2-day tournament. So that Friday, I'm there all day. Saturday, I wake up. Like I said, my primary is going to be football because the tennis tournament isn't that hard. I mean, there's nothing much I got to set up.
Yeah.
It's more just make sure relaying information.
Yeah.
All right. Football, I got to set up the stadium, make sure things are going. Get music going for the teams when they get there. I think they take the field about 2.5 hours before kickoff.
Yeah.
So just making sure music's going, making sure everything's running right. If I'm able to get everything done and I, fingers crossed, don't need to go get anything, then I'll take a little break, go home, play with the dog a little bit, kiss the wife,
let's kind of go back home and relax for a bit, your happy place for a bit before you come back.
It's more like that reset before I got to get back into it. Because by that time, I'm like, I got to be back by so time because my first round of workers are showing up this time, so I got to make sure I'm there to be there. So no,
to point them, direct them, kind of,
and so just making sure everybody knows what they're doing. So with all that, just talking to everybody, asking them if they have any questions, or telling them, okay, so like I have clock workers and field workers meeting with refs before a game. We meet 45 minutes for kickoff. Just making sure everybody's on time for that. And then I go out there to those meetings as well. Because
So
as soon as they disband that meeting, I'm like, so you got any questions for me?
Yeah.
Making
sure you have any concerns, you understand what you're doing, right? Kind of recheck.
Exactly. Okay. I'm just making sure that you know what you're doing, because I'm not trying to put you in a position where you fail. Like, I'm trying my best.
So especially it comes to you, it's like, oh shit, like,
no, I get the blame.
Yeah.
Oh man, last year was fun with the talks.
I
love my talk workers, dog. I love them. I love them to death. But they weren't doing the best last year, and so at halftime I would get reamed by refs just talking about we need to do better. And I'm like, yes, I know.
Yeah.
And so
it's hard because
obviously I gotta pass
a message to them.
I'm just the messenger at that point, but at the same time I am the boss. So I do take account. I take accountability for it, and then I just try to make sure, like, okay, how do we get past this?
Yeah, how can we improve from it? What else can we do? So, with that being said, what is one part of your job that people might not think exists within your job? And I know it's a little bit hard questioning because it's kind of like, I mean, for me, when someone tells me sports information director, of course, I would expect like the website, like these little things. I know one thing that caught me a little bit surprised, which again, I just because I don't know too much about that, but when I saw you at the NAI championship, like national final for soccer, like I didn't know you were so like well-rounded with other, I guess, tournaments and stuff. Like I thought it was just kind of somebody else was in charge of that, not just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
So
yeah, I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, honestly, that's actually like a luxury of being in this position as well. You get reached out to by the city of Wichita or Kansas City or just the NAIA or even the NCAA. I worked March Madness, March. So I worked first sight in Wichita. So like, but it's just those perks of being able to first off be known enough for them to reach out to you.
No.
And then as well as getting your chance to go out there, work with others that you probably never worked with.
Create connections, right? Like kind of
at the NAI soccer tournament that you saw me at, like I was working with Tabor College. Too.
Yeah.
Like we were in that booth together. Now me and him are really good friends. So yeah, it's actually a blessing, you get a little extra pay, help out with a major event, get the experience, and just make it build the resume a little bit too.
Yeah.
So
to add more on, I mean, the fact that you did March Madness is pretty. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Houston almost won it all. They lost in the championship, so. But it was awesome getting to meet like everybody on that staff and just playing kind of a security kind of thing where keeping camera operators back, keeping their lanes clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like they be in the background of like production. So it was pretty sick.
That's pretty sick to think about, even to like you said, it's an honor to be involved in that, because I can't imagine how many people in your position would die to be there as well, to like have the opportunity to do it. And when you do get in those moments, either if it's here at Bethany or even when you get called up to work in Wichita or KU, or Kansas City, in those moments when the live stream's acting up, right? Or like you said, the shot clock's not going, or there's a problem, how do you usually deal with it? Is it kind of just you spring into action, or is it sometimes over radio, or how do you usually deal with that?
I would say there's multiple instances where things have happened where and the first thing that comes up to mind was last year we were hosting senior night for football.
Okay. Also,
we were doing conference opener for basketball at the same time. And I'm at football because football is definitely the more complex sport to be at.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm working a football game, and all of a sudden I get my boss comes up and tells me that the camera's down at basketball, like our live stream camera. So it's nothing. It's nothing but black, just audio. And so at the time I had an assistant, Alejandro.
Yeah.
And so he took over stats and kind of ran the show from up there. Now we're in the middle of the game, not too much you got to do on the field or nothing. So just really have to focus on stats. While he did that, I ran in to go try to figure out the camera situation. Now, I couldn't tell you what happened with that camera because that camera was just black. And then I went to my office, grabbed another camera, ran up there during a timeout, cut the stream, switch cameras, connected,
right back,
put it back on, we're shooting. Next day, the camera's working perfectly fine. I don't know. I really don't know what happened. It just cut the video feed, but cut the audio. Use it the next day. Obviously, that's one of the things you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Got to make sure all my equipment's going to be working for the next game. So yeah, that next morning, I'm like, I got to figure this out. Like, what's going on with the camera? Plug it in, do everything, do a test stream. I'm like, dude, nothing's going wrong. So
that is insane.
But there are times where like, if I'm at a basketball game and that same instance happens, right? Yeah. Well, then I'm pretty much kind of texting as I'm doing stats, because usually I'll do stats. So I'll text someone like, hey, yo, like, can you go check and see what's going on? Because if it's like a quick fix, like
you walk them through it. Yeah, like it's a bit.
If it's one of those, if it's the same exact position where the camera's just like
it's just died, like
then yeah, dog, like halftime I gotta take care of it. Like
you really are kind of just everywhere within these games.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, if anything goes down, shot clocks. We had a shot clock issue where I think like now if you like hang on the rim or whatever, or dunk hard, it'll cut off for like 5 seconds and then cut back on. Well, one time it didn't cut back on. So it was right when pregame was done. And so now I'm sitting there finicking with a couple wires trying to make sure it's sitting right to get it to work. And then obviously a couple of us over there and finally got it in that right position. Said, don't touch it. Just leave it. Just press the button, dog.
Yeah. Don't even touch it. Don't even move it. Don't even.
just get through it, dog. Cause no, I ain't trying to do that no more. And so I mean, over the summer though, we've been having people work on it, making sure everything's good. Got some cords replaced, hoping that helps.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at this point, probably starting to start looking at a new
scoreboard,
and stuff like that. So.
How important is social media for small colleges like Bethany when it comes to athletics?
So essentially, we're in competition with other schools, all different levels as well. I mean, everybody knows about the D1 life, you know, KU, K-State, Wichita State. But then, like, once you get into it, then you got the JUCOs, you got NEIA, you got D2, D, and D3. And then even with that, within the NEIA, we got competition with other conferences, and then also within our own conference, right? We're all trying to grab that light. And just trying to shine brighter than the others. And I think that's why my focus this year has been so focused on like enhancing or at least our brand recognition.
Yeah.
As it's just I feel like we get more platform, we get to more followers, you know, just having a good time, you know, very loose. Because obviously you don't want to tight shit. You don't want to be like, yeah, no, have fun.
Yeah, so, like, it's like kind of naturally than it is forcefully.
We have natural things, you know. That's why I have a few student workers, but just kind of that's their thing is they're gonna be making videos, you know, around campus with cameras on their phones. Really, that's how most of it's gonna go down anyway.
Like any much content, because like I said, it's kind of a competition out there with social media, so that does make sense as far as how important it is. Now, the hard part is that we talked about this before. It's kind of like finding the right workers, finding the right availability for that, right?
Yeah, so you gotta find ones you trust. You know, I mean, they're. I'm gonna run into the issue where someone's gonna say that they're doing something they're not. They're just trying to get paid.
Yeah, they're just doing it for the cash at that point or for the hour.
It's gonna be more of a kind of prove it kind of setting with me.
Yeah,
is show me what you were working on. All right, if you tell me you made one little game day graphic that could take me 15 minutes to make, and it took you an hour and a half, I ain't falling for that one, dog.
And she ain't working with me. That's not gonna fly with you.
I know it ain't gonna work. So yeah, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and show me something more than that. And then if you're gonna try, you know, say that you're working.
Yeah.
Now you might be working, but you might be also doing homework or
something else. Yeah. Or like hanging out with the boys. Yeah.
So it's like, and I get that it's gonna happen. Like things come up while you're working. It happens, but just gotta be mindful.
Yeah,
right.
Be considerate.
Try to play on an honor code.
Yeah,
a little bit. So I mean, you start breaking the honor code. What you got left?
Yeah,
not no trust from me.
Yeah, it kind of goes straight downhill from there.
It ain't
and
good.
So with that, like when you say about social media, right, and kind of making graphics on the website, what are some things you use for those platforms, right? Like what are some apps or websites or things like that you use for the website, for social media? Like what kind of things do you use?
So actually we just had a SID summit yesterday, so where everybody was talking about what they use. And so what I was telling them is, I mean, we obviously use Presto for our website, for our stats. We use Presto Shots for graphics. We also use Sideline Design for graphics. Sometimes we just go on Photoshop and get creative.
Yeah.
Right. Canva is a huge one.
Yeah.
That's actually how we made the flyers. So go check out that Instagram, by the way.
I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna link that down below. But check out the stuff that Ricky's been cooking up. Even check out our website. They're pretty good graphics.
Hey, don't let them fool you though. It ain't just me. It's my team. Chato's part of that team. Okay?
I'm telling you guys. I was telling him earlier too. Canva is like my baby, and of course, with Sideline this year, I dabbled on it. But of course, I don't have experience in that one that much because I use so much of Canva, as you guys know, on my podcast. But I mean, yeah, I think different platforms come with different things. I know that, and some of them are kind of just what you're used to, what you're not used to. But I think that's always my thing too. Is like, what have you done with the website, right? Like those are things I never really thought about, but I never really heard of those different companies just because, of course, I'm not into it. You know, I'm not doing too much information. But do you think that's what everybody uses as far as the NIA, or it kind of depends within every department?
The NIA is still on Presto.
Okay.
And a lot of schools are still on Presto, but Sidearm is making a movement.
Okay.
It's in like a rival company to Presto, essentially. They do stats, they do websites, they do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's a game within the game, right? Like,
yeah,
no one's gonna really know if you don't know. You know,
yeah.
What is it? If you know, you know, type of thing.
Yeah,
you probably
gotta be in the know to know. You know,
but now you're probably gonna look at our website, scroll to the bottom, see a Presto logo, and then go to our rivals. at McPherson or in Kansas Wesleyan and looking to see sidearms, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then now you actually might be looking like, hey man, that college down the street from me.
It looks pretty. Yeah.
Who does that website? Scroll all the way down, you'll see it.
The name.
Now you know what to look for. But yeah, and sidearms are up and coming one, and they are grossing big time.
No.
So we'll see what happens with us in the future.
Can you share a moment where media coverage or a highlight reel really boosted a program or a player?
So I got two off the top of my head. Last year we had a tremendous dunk by Ellis Todd here, just like against our county rivals, and our cross county clash. I'm sorry, I'm gonna make that a thing.
Yeah.
Our cross county clash against Bethany College, and but yeah, like dude hit the windmill on him, and it was just electric. And so the gym blew up, and so just try to clip that, send that to ESPN, just try to get some notoriety. Another one would be like a couple years ago, we had the NAIA leader in home runs for softball, and so yeah, just just constantly putting stuff out for her. NAIA Player of the Week, NAIA All American, all that kind of stuff. And there's been plenty of times where that's happening out here too, with other sports as well.
Yeah.
And so just being able to showcase stuff like that, like a 99-yard touchdown by our offense, and
like the big sports moments, you try to just boost it as much as you can.
We try to clip it, and then we try to send it out to the bigger platforms to kind of promote it as well. So,
what is like the biggest platform that you had seen promote like the sport or content like that, like the pass, the touchdown, the dunk? Like,
I will say, and it wasn't even our school, but it was funny just to see. But a guy from Bethany College made the Sports Center top 10 for a dunk in pregame. But the dude's like 5'6", and he got bounced like nobody else.
That is insane.
But just watching all that, dude was short.
That's my size.
Dude was short, but he could get up there and like look into the rim. So I'm like, hey man, you do your thing.
You do you, bro. It's working so far, bro.
Yeah, he was killing it. And so just watch how that just blew up all over like Sports Center and all that kind of stuff. And even made the Snapchat reels and all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty cool. And so just to see like, man, I gotta get something like that.
Yeah, get something going.
Too. So and then even in our industry, there's a company called College Sports Communicators, CSC.
Okay.
And they're like pretty much our hub to go to, right? Like they are meant for the college sports communicators, which is why they're named after that. But they also help. They have their own awards, and all that kind of stuff. Rising Stars, 30 under 30s, all that kind of things. And so, like I say, it's pretty good. And every year they meet. This year it'll be in Vegas. Last year in Orlando. And so, yeah, we have a good time. We go out there, we learn.
Sounds like a really sick, like pretty cool, trip, bro.
People that just talk sports, dog. It's fun.
That is like, I bet you like those big sports people out there. That's like their fantasy, like going to a really sick trip, talking about sports the whole time.
Yeah, we get to meet celebrities too. So like last year was Tamika Catchings. This year, oh my gosh, wow, the all-time leading scorer in NCAA women's basketball history, and I cannot think of her name off the top of my head. I cannot believe this.
That is pretty sick though. Like, so you get to meet like not only other people within the job, but also celebrities and like really big athletes during.
Yeah, Holly Rowe is there every year.
What?
He hosts our award ceremony. Ooh, Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, yeah, they've been around.
That is insane.
Yeah, those are definitely highlights in my life that I like to keep. But it's pretty cool to actually meet everybody, but also to see everybody at all these levels, because this is more than just the NAIA. This is also D1 and all that too. So even schools in Canada. So like it's pretty sick. And so yeah, we got one guy named Lance out there in Calgary, and that's my boy.
That's your boy. That's your boy, bro. That is so sick. And I think that's something that, again, able to meet these different celebrities or different great players in the past, I just didn't know like you get to meet them, like like the trip and stuff like that, like, and just the thing coming for being a small school. I think that's another thing that I don't think a lot of people really think about, especially getting into college, right? Like D1, they think of them like, of course they meet with celebrities, but thinking someone from G.K.T.O.W or even NAI is like, what the hell? Like they're either better than D1 or the same. So that's pretty cool to think about, and especially like for you guys watching, like to consider no matter where you're at, no matter what level, that can be you being a celebrity.
Yeah.
Even you getting accomplished. And you mentioned earlier that 30 for 30. So, you guys that don't know, you, Rick, you were named 30 under 30 list. And with that, like, how did you feel getting recognized for that?
Honestly, it was a huge honor. That award's been going on for 3 years now, so just to be in the first 3 classes of it, just to get recognized in front of my peers, as well, lets me know that I'm doing something right. Right. So obviously, if I wasn't doing anything right, I would never get recognized for anything. So it lets me know that I'm doing something right. Honestly, yeah, it was a great honor to go up on that stage, take a couple pictures, and even though it only lasted like 10 seconds, it was still like
pretty sick though. Like that's. So where was it at? Like the
so the ceremony actually this past Orlando is where I got honored. And
that is sick.
And so yeah, like I said, it just lets you know you're doing something right. Yeah. And so it honestly it puts fuel in the tank a little bit. Makes you want to keep going, even better. So I think that's where I'm at on that, and so it's pretty cool. Now the next step is rising star. So
now, of course, like for those that don't know what 30 under 30 is, can you give us a little explanation of like what that is?
So 30 under 30 is for your they choose 30 sports communicators from all levels, the NCAA Division I all the way to NAIA and JUCO. And so essentially, you obviously have to be under 30. And so say you got to be doing your thing. You get nominated by someone else. You don't nominate yourself. And then they vote on it. And so I was one of 2 NAIA sports communicators to get it out of 220 NAIA
that is insane.
So yeah, it was. I mean, like when we looked at the numbers, it was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like dude, like you should. That is sick. Like when I was like looking into it, I was like, damn, like Ricky, like you're like that. Like you're that boy, dude. Like you're that guy, man.
Just try to be like my peers. I built a good network of peers within the industry too. So we actually got really involved in the CSE. And so now we're called the Tribe. And so there's 6 of us right now. And obviously it's going to grow over time. But essentially we've hosted a panel in CSC before. So last time we were in Vegas, we hosted a panel just talking about just, how to talk to people, right? How to, as my boy Keontae in LSU said, how to strategically communicate with people, right? Yeah. You don't want to go asking for things and looking for favors when you meet someone. No, you want to build that genuine connection.
Yeah. Build that relationship first,
and then the favors can come later. But you don't want to go in with just the mindset of what they can do for me. You want to go in saying what I can do for you.
Like what are you going to offer to them for them to even consider that relationship to be built?
Exactly. And so, and I think during our panel, I ended up bringing up the kind of notion of saying like it's like being a kid at a playground, right? Like you're at the playground and you see other kids playing a game, like you're not worried about, okay, cool, if I know him, I'm gonna be able to get in the game.
Yeah.
And then, or like even in high school, shoot, he knows her, so I'm gonna go get her.
Yeah.
You don't do that. Like, no. I mean, you can do that. I wouldn't advise it. So just go in there and be like, man, we relate on stuff. We're relatable on some stuff. We talk about it. We build a genuine connection, and then later you can probably talk to that girl.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a really good analogy. And like you said, of course, in that like professional industry, I think that makes a lot of sense of like what can I offer for you, because that will, and like you said, it's gonna help you on the long run. But it's a good mindset to have because you're not coming into it like cocky, like oh no, like I need him for this only. So I think that is well said, Ricky. And again, I think that's something that you guys, as far as the viewers, can really try to understand. That it sounds simple, but it's not simple in a way, because that's an automatic thing of like, okay, what they can do for me. It's not okay. Let me do something for them, and even them to consider to help me.
Exactly.
And okay, so now in your recognition and growth, right? Continue on that. When do you think? What helped you stand out of the field where NAIA schools don't always get attention, right? So within your industry, within your profession, what is something that, I guess, that would make you stand out in NAIA schools, but it doesn't get a lot of attention?
I'll say, and I'll lead this answer with, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Okay, nobody's perfect at everything. Okay, and so that's one thing that when I got into this field, that's what I was looking for. I was looking to be great in every single aspect of the job, and in reality, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But what you can do is you can find out what you're good at, and you can enhance those skills while trying to build others. And I feel like for me personally, I'm a jack of all trades where I try to get in everything, but I don't think I'm a master of any, which is what the saying is, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just me in a nutshell. If anything, my greatest skill is just to be able to connect and communicate with others. It's just the communication aspect of it. I mean, live stream, trying to learn technical stuff. Dog, you just give me the basic stuff and I got you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? When it comes to article writing, every post-game article, if I'm not writing it or if I am writing it, I'll still look it over just to make sure at least we hit the basics, right? We hit what happened in the game, right? When
like
I
the
write
main
articles,
points are on there.
Yeah, when I write articles, I want you to read that and then really in your mind, you're like, oh, I can actually see what's going on. And I'm not saying too detailed where it's a whole 56-page book talking about every single play, but just to get enough feel to get the gist of how the rhythm of the game went. It might have just been a blowout from the jump, so it might be a shorter article. Or it could be a really close contested game. Now you're gonna see, oh man, you can see the back and forth. Within the article. Like that's my goal. And that's what we try to do. And I'm not gonna say, and I don't feel like I write the best articles at all, but I just feel like I write relatable articles. Live stream, like I said, I'm very basic. Social media, that's one part of my game that I'm trying to enhance right now, which is why I'm coming up with this content creating team and just trying to make videos. Started the Bethany College Instagram or Bethany College Athletics Instagram, and just doing stuff like that. Like I'm not perfect, and no one ever will be. But as long as, and there's actually one saying that our football coach from my sophomore year said. He said that you can chase perfection, but it'll never be attained. But when you chase perfection, excellence will be achieved. Because now you're reaching for those stars. You reach for stars, you might get clouds, right? And so that's where my mindset always is I'm always just trying to attain that goal of perfection, and knowing I won't ever get it, but as long as I can do something good that I'm proud of, that's all I need.
That's good enough for you to be like, okay, that's my juice, that's my fuel.
Exactly.
And so, with a lot of wise words from Ricky, and these are really all great. I do really feel like this is gonna help out those who's watching, because I think those little things that, like he said, that when you reach up, you reach up for the stars to get clouds. Like all those little things, I think that's gonna be so relatable now, and especially this is kind of going to the next question. Is there any advice that you would want to give out to those pursuing the career that you're in?
I would say just don't be afraid to take that leap, right? I think the biggest piece within what I do now isn't really even about the technology. It's not about knowing the sports or anything. It's about getting to know people within the field. Because as you get to know your coaches, as you get to know your other coworkers, you really just get things through osmosis. And so you'll spend more time with them. So you'll start, I spend more time. When I got this job, I knew football, all right? Football and basketball. A little bit of track, because I ran it. Man, they said, yeah, you got to coach soccer too. I said, well, I play FIFA.
Wow, that's so funny.
But then like as you get to these games or whatnot, or you're doing your prep and you're learning and you're looking like, okay, cool, okay, so these are some rules that are cool, like didn't know about that, and you slowly get to learn the game. Like I guarantee, if we were to bring lacrosse to Bethany College, I know Jack Diddley without lacrosse. Okay?
You got nothing in it.
But I guarantee by season come around, I'll be an expert.
I'll
get to know it. I'll get to know the coaches. I'll get to know how their mindset, how tactics work, right?
Like a deeper dive within just seeing it, but behind the scenes, and
like man, the only reason I haven't learned cricket is because I haven't really dug into it. I haven't had no need to. But as soon as I get to know someone that really loves cricket and I get to talking to them about it,
then you'll take that chance. Yeah, you're definitely gonna take that chance.
I'll be watching it like I'll be in Jamaica. And I'll be sitting here like,
boy, what?
I don't even understand what I'm seeing, but hey, go ahead, hit that ball. That's where I'm at right now. But yeah, I've learned rugby. Like I said, I've learned more intricate strategies and things about baseball, softball. You know, like just all the other sports that we actually do offer. Tennis, man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm watching tennis. I'm over here telling people how to watch tennis. At first, I was that person that needed to be told.
Yeah, now you're the one telling.
Now we're over here just passing the torch. And so, MC at a couple tennis tournaments and just have fun with it. So, but yeah, I would say the biggest piece in all of this, in this position, is to really just be able to get out your shell and go talk to people. That's really what it is. That's how you learn.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, again, guys, I hope you really are taking all this in because, again, not only Ricky is within the field, but you have to understand that this is where we get to share with you guys, and you guys got to take it in and do something with it, right? And it's not us telling you, okay, take this class, take this class. It's more about the mentality of it, right? And I think, again, Ricky said so many wise words within this episode, and I think it really is things that you have to think about, but you have to act on at the same time. And, you know, before we kind of get done with this recognition and growth segment, for you, Ricky, what is something that you would you want to change anything when you started this career, or would you not change anything?
You know, I would sit back and think about where I started and where I'm from, and how could I have done better, right? And I think one big thing, and I'm about to drop another bomb on you. All right.
Dude, you're dropping a lot. I'm not gonna lie. This is a lot of wisdom. I think this is the most wisdom we had on a podcast right now, and this is hitting me heavy.
Everybody remembers their wins, and everybody loves their wins. But when you take those L's, you gotta turn them to lessons. Right? Just make those L's into lessons. Like, yeah, you might have messed up here, but you know, look at it, figure out what happened, so that it doesn't happen again. And so, would I go back and change anything? Really? No, I wouldn't, especially over the past 4 years. I mean, there are a couple ideas that could possibly change. Yeah, little nitpicky things. I don't think too much would really affect where I am now.
Yeah.
So, no, I wouldn't go back. I'd just keep it as it is and continue to trailblaze this path of someone who had no background in something, getting into it. And so, I mean, yeah, that's college, right?
Yeah.
Like, literally, I know so many people that have done a major in something, and then they became professional in something else.
Yeah, way different. Like everything that they had, like literally learned 4 years and switched it up.
Accounting and business management, and now I'm a sports information.
That's so insane. When you first told me that, I was like, no way you're like accounting, and that is sick.
Yeah, that's me. I'm a business-minded guy. So, and that's how I kind of see. I guess that's how I see these transactions too. What happens during the day? Like, okay, cool. Like, hey, this is what it takes. Opportunity costs, all that. I taught economics here for a year, so.
I know, dude. And I don't know. Ricky was my teacher for one of the courses I take here. Yeah, he was or two, micro and macro. Yeah, he was my teacher for 2 classes here at Bethany, which is really cool. And so now, you know, to a little fun wrap up, a little fun rapid questions to you. Yeah. So, what is the craziest thing that ever happened on game day?
I would say it was my second year in the field. And I won't get into all the specifics, but we had a football game, season opening football game, lightning delay that never continued. So, and a big part of that, I would say, is the antics that happened during the lightning delay and right before the other team left. It got pretty hectic. Let's just say somehow I was holding a sledgehammer.
God, okay.
All right. That's what we'll leave it at. But super wild nights. Super long night, by the way. Night game. Got called at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, and obviously there was conversations about continuing the next day. Some schools did. But I mean, the team we were playing was 3 hours away. So they would have the bus back and then bus back down. Yeah. Or pay for hotels, which I mean, for a football team.
That's pretty, that's
pretty penny. You just spend on a moment's worth, and then also you got to find a hotel that can book you, that can hold you all. Yeah, it's season opening weekend, so you know families is in town.
Yeah, like everybody's within.
You really got to find a hotel. So yeah, didn't work. So we ended up calling that game where it stood, and yeah, I would say that was probably the wildest thing or game that has happened since I've been here.
Damn. Now, what is the I mean, I think I know the answer to this one, but what is your favorite sport to cover, and what is the most difficult one to cover?
No difficult. Football. Let me tell you, It's so complex. It's not that it's even hard. It's just so many intricate pieces.
Yeah.
And then on top of the fact that it's my biggest staff event, the stats are even more complex. So, and it's so particular, and I understand why it's particular. Don't get me wrong. It's rightfully so because there's so many aspects and yards and all that kind of stuff that matter. And so, yeah, I would say just my most disliked is definitely football. But my favorite to cover, and I know some people, some athletes, they might be a little upset about this. It might be a favorite. And it might be softball. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Softball is electric. It's fun to watch, and it's kind of fast paced. And the reason it beats out baseball is because of the pace. Right?
Okay.
Baseball is just a lot slower, and those games take forever. And those who in the industry know it takes forever. Softball can be done usually hour and a half, hour 45. Baseball,
wow, that's faster.
You're looking at potential 3.5 hours for one game. I can almost do a double header in softball. What I can do
with one game in baseball. That is insane.
Why, but it's also like I said.
Wow, I would never think that. I never thought that.
It's not the most difficult thing, but it's fun. It's fun. It's definitely a more fun sport to watch because of the pace. But then because basketball is great. It's easy. It's fast paced. Volleyball is probably the fastest paced game to stat that goes on. Like you might not think about it, but that ball volleys 3 hits and it's over. Yeah. Right. You gotta, and as a statistician, you gotta catch all that, and don't let it be a long volley where it's going back and forth, man.
I knew that's the one thing. Like I don't think I could ever sit there and really focus on stat wise. Like I would flip out. I wouldn't even know the rules in most other sports, to be honest with you. I think without soccer, I'm just I don't really know. I mean, we played basketball the other day. I was trying to figure out what a screen was. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was trying to Mickey was trying to tell me to go in, and I was going, or I don't even know. I don't know. I was like, I don't get it. But I can't imagine doing multiple sports, and then that is But I never really thought it would be softball.
Yeah, softball is probably my favorite. So my softball workers and my players that are graduated, and I got a few coming back that know me really well, and so they'll probably be happy to hear that. Even though they feel like I disown them because I don't cover softball myself no more. Oh, so I usually let my assistant Abby cover softball, but I also tell her it's because I respect her. Yeah, I respect you. It's not because I don't like softball. It's because I respect you enough to give you softball. Yeah, especially exactly. And I'll take baseball because it's just longer days.
Now, if next question is, what out of all the coaches at Bethany, if you were to coach a sport, which sport would it be?
Football, easily. Football.
As a defensive coordinator, what are we looking at?
I would be either offensive coordinator or I would be a receivers coach. Really, particularly receivers.
Receivers coach. Okay.
I feel like I have the kind of knowledge that doesn't come off. To be honest with you, within football, and I think it's just things that I see in the way I analyze the game just growing up. Yeah, and so I analyze it just how most receivers look at it, and then here I am watching documentaries, and something about Devontae Adams popped up, and the way he was talking about running routes to get open. Because he's known as a receiver that is always open, and I'm like, makes sense because he knows how to play the mind game with you.
The IQ of it.
And that's all it is. It's because as a receiver versus a DB, no matter where they're at, they don't know where you're going. You know, So you just make them think you're going somewhere else and then go to the place you're supposed to go. Yeah. And that's really it. And it sounds so easy. And it's so much harder to do. Yeah, but once you do the tricks and things that I've done in my time, or just even at the professional level, I know of a few professional NFL players. And we're all pretty much on the same aspect of we know what to do to get off the line. If you try to press me, that's great, cool, unlucky for you. Yeah. And that's the kind of mindset I would put into my receivers. Is I would be like, okay, you just pick your poison. There's a pick your poison until you BB pick your poison type of thing.
Do you ever miss playing, in general?
Huh? I do. I really do. I tried to play in a flag league, and your boy's old. So, stamina, 12. Okay. Abilities and all that can be up here, but
everything else down there.
I'm good for about 2 plays. and then subbed me out. I'll do it. And they saw it. Look, I did the alumni game. Got hurt in pregame. I said, yeah.
No, I missed that, dude. When I heard that, I was like, dude, I wish I would have seen it.
I probably made one of the best plays in pregame. Actually, throughout the whole game, really, just all day. And then the next play, I rolled my ankle. And I'm like done for the day. So I'm like, yeah, well, they didn't make it to the game. That's great. So I had people coming to me like, dude, we were expecting to see you out there. We're seeing you on the sideline with your foot iced. I was like, yeah. She saw me pregame.
She seen me out there earlier. Yeah, she seen me out there earlier.
She gets money worth.
Now, what is your dream job in the sports world?
In the sports world, I think I want to be like an AD, right?
Okay.
An AD where I get to run my own program.
So would you want AD in like high school, college, like
preferably college?
College.
I like the freedom of college. You know, high school, you got to answer to a lot of parents.
Yeah.
College, students go in looking to be their own independent self. And so getting to help them find their way, as well as being able to run a proper department. Like I feel like
to take that.
I feel like I can kill it. I'm not gonna lie to you. No. I feel like I got the people persona down. I'm business minded. So when it comes to that, the only thing that I would be worried about the most would be more eligibility stuff. And that's just making sure everybody's eligible. And obviously, as an AD, that's not really my job, but that is under me. Yeah. You know? Someone's going to have to do it. I'm going to have to check or do it with them. Yeah. And I understand that wholeheartedly. But I think I have the personality. And the I won't get it. Just like, I can run my own like NAIA size program. D1, you know, that might be the next step. Yeah. You know, just kind of climb up that rank. But I really truly think that I could do a solid job. Now, out of all your years here at Bethany, either as a student, you know, as even as sports information director, what is one moment that you will never forget from Bethany? Or like your favorite memory of Bethany? Probably the night I won homecoming king. That's just one. Oh, okay. So yeah, I was homecoming king here in 2017. Well, I guess technically 2016 because it was class of 2017. But regardless, it was I guess the build up to it as well. Helped out, and no one really knew of it at the time, so I can't say it was a pity vote. Yeah. But we'll tell you a joke though afterwards. I will tell you, I don't like. Obviously, I the week before I lost my cousin. Right. Oh, okay. Huge inspiration in my life. Was like me but older. Right. So like, obviously, I flew out to his funeral. Well, with doing that, I missed a lot of the pre-homecoming stuff. So, like, I missed the headshots, the group photos, you know, all the stuff like that you get to be on the court. And so at that time, I'm like, I mean, cool. I'm just on court. Like, not really thinking didn't take it too serious because I was like, I mean, high school I made court too, but I didn't win it. And I'm like, I didn't. I don't know. I just guess I went with the mindset of I'm glad I'm just here type of thing. Like, you know. I get back that week, you know, I'm trying to find a suit for the ceremony, and all of a sudden they said I won. And so obviously my old quarterback was the previous king, and so he was crowning me and whatnot. Put my sash upside down, man. No, he put the sash upside down. So what the previous year homecoming queen came and fixed it real quick. It was funny. But nah, to this day I still tell one of my old roommates, the reason I won is because he didn't use his real name. He doesn't go by his real name. Oh, fuck. Yeah. He's everybody knows him as Bobby. Down as Robert. Okay. I guarantee everybody said, "Who the heck is Robert?" Yeah. That was this guy. I was like, yeah, because you decided to go by Bobby, dog. Appreciate you. I appreciate that, sis. Appreciate that, sis. I appreciate the light. I give him crap for it. But I was like, I mean, we're all still close. He was actually down here just last weekend, and we were just hanging out for the weekend in Wichita. So just having a good time, but just really building those connections. But I say that moment is because like that told me like people notice you. Yeah. Right. Like if you're able to win a campus vote like that, like people notice you. And then I just get to know plenty of people. So I think that's just one of the moments where I'm like, I'm glad I am who I am. Yeah. To where like I get to know people all the time, and people genuinely actually don't dislike me. So that was a moment that made me realize that like people don't dislike me, right? Like people know I'm being genuine and not fake.
Like you had more love than you thought.
Yeah, I had more love. I think that's why that's one of the top moments for me. And when I think about it, it's just because like I mean, there's always that too real to be true type of thing, and I've been told that plenty of times, and so like that's literally just me though. Like I'm truly that genuine, and I guess people felt that day, and so or that day with that week. So you got the whole week to go, but yeah, for me like that was one of my highlightable moments. Was just that just made me realize that hey man, like people notice, and then 30 under 30 happens. It's another time where okay, people are noticing, right? The right people are noticing, at least. And so, but yeah, just keep building on that. So eventually, we'll climb up to the 80s.
Yes, sir. Well, again, Ricky, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I think, again, a lot of wisdom was thrown at us today, and I think it was a lot of good wisdom that a lot of us need to hear. On top of that, again, Ricky, thank you for coming on my podcast. I'm really excited that you're here. I was so happy with our conversation. And then for you guys watching, again, right, the whole message, the whole idea of this podcast is for those of you to understand what different industries are. For those of you to understand, like, most of the time you do or don't need an education to do what you want to do. And I'm glad Ricky dropped a lot of knowledge on us today, especially about what he does and how he got where he's at. And guys, it's all up to you, right? It's a mindset thing. And at the end of the day, we understand there's different situations. We understand there's different circumstances. And I'm just glad that Ricky had a chance to share his story, share his background a little bit. But yeah, again, thank you, Ricky, for being on my podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the vibe of it. I hope you were.
It was awesome.
I hope I impressed you. I hope that we've been talking about this for minutes. I was very glad he was on here. I hope I impressed you with the stuff I've been doing.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely inspires me to get mine going too.
Yes, and guys, if Ricky gets into it, I'm going to definitely be sharing it. Please look out for it.
Y'all talking to me on mine.
No, I'm going to be the one getting questions asked too. Yes. But okay, as we close out this segment, now for you guys that have been watching my podcast, we do always make our guests sign off to end, kind of end the whole podcast here. But before we sign off, Ricky, any last words you want to give to everybody out there watching?
I mean, like I said, just if you need to watch it back, there's plenty of gems that I dropped on here that I've picked up along the way, and so I'm hoping that you're able to utilize those gems, build that confidence in yourself and go out there and do what you want to do.
Thank you, Ricky, so much for those words. And again, guys, like, subscribe, right? Ricky, do you want to give any socials that you want them to follow, anything to look out for?
Man, I mean,
if you want,
it's funny because my job is with social media, but yeah, I don't do my own. Isn't that crazy?
What? Do you have Instagram and stuff?
Yeah, I got Instagram.
Okay.
I don't use it though, but if you want to, go follow on Instagram, 12ICKY_A. You got Facebook, Ricky Run This Alexander.
Ooh.
Yeah, middle school mistake.
Middle school days? Oh,
middle
my
school,
days,
middle school
bro.
mistake. Tell you that much. Still feeling the effects of that one. Yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I need to really probably get on my own, but I don't know. I just feel like social media is more of a chore.
Yeah.
That now I just look at it as okay, cool. I look at Bethany's. So go follow all of Bethany's pages. That's where most of my attention's at.
And again, I'll drop all this in a link below, right? I'll drop the link to his Instagram, his Facebook, and also some of the Bethany stuff you can look at, especially our Bethany Athletic website. Again, look at what Ricky has been doing for them and doing for, just all the sports programs there. Show a lot of love, right? I know here at Bethany College, we do appreciate Ricky a lot. He does do a lot for us here. I mean, even behind the scenes, we see him kind of just doing everything. So, yeah, I'll drop all of it below. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you send him a friend request. Make sure you just kind of check him out. Remember, he's on 30 under 30. I really see more big things happening for Ricky. So keep up with him, and thank you guys for watching. Now, Ricky, please sign us off. Of course, I want you to sign us off. Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, Jim, I can feel the pain in this one.
I never. Yeah, Ricky, I love that shit, bro.